Hey, welcome to your morning cup. Today's September 3rd, 2020. Broadcasting live out of Brooklyn, New York. And we're going to kick it off with respect and condolences to the Seaver family and announce the passing of Tom Seaver, which came down yesterday. It's in the news all over the place, but we'd be remiss not to mention him here on the cup. Another influential athlete, New York athlete, baseball athlete, period. Regarded as by many as the greatest Met of all time. He pitched for the New York Mets between 1967 and 1977. He won the Rookie of the Year in 1967. He won 3 Cy Young Awards. He won a World Series championship in 1969 with the Mets. Loved by the Mets his whole career, even after demanding a trade. Loved and hurt when he departed, but loved. Fan base was very angry with ownership when he was dealt. He was dealt over a contract dispute that he had with Donald Grant, one of the front office guys who was in charge. Donald Grant was very strong put as far as not wanting to budge with Seaver's negotiations. So it was a grueling negotiation where eventually Seaver kind of came around and got on the table with Grant. But during those negotiations, Grant talked to a reporter, and an article came out where it was implied that Seaver's wife was making him ask for more money and practically holding the Mets hostage. And when Seaver got a hold of that information, he demanded a trade. And in 1977, he was dealt to the Cincinnati Reds, and he would go on to go have a 14-2 record the next year as a Met, as a Red. That year as a Red. And after that, the guys they got from were a bunch of bums. They were a bunch of tomato cans, trash, and they fired the general manager, Donald Grant. He was canned for because a lot of that came from just his ignorance and his stubbornness. This is 1977. The players didn't have the power they had now. They were disrespected, and the fans want to win, and you got rid of the winningest pitcher in Met history. So he went to Cincinnati, then to Chicago, and ultimately he finished his career off on the Red Sox. His last game of his career was with the Red Sox against the Mets in the 1986 World Series. And that is such irony. With that, the first time I ever seen him was after his playing days. I started watching baseball a little bit after that. And he was the Yankees announcer. And you could tell there was a beef then because he's not supposed to be a Yankee announcer. He's supposed to be Met fans didn't like that. Tom had the thing with the Met franchise. My dad at the time, Yankee fan, he told me who Tom was, and he really showed him a lot of respect. And as I grew up in sports, you start to realize, like I said, this guy's way before my time. But my generation, I'm not trying to say the new generation is not like that. But sometimes it doesn't seem like they are. But we really wanted to know about the guys who played before. We really wanted to know how good Oscar Robinson was. Who was Nate Tiny Archibald? Word, he was 5'11", he was getting 40 like that. So we had, we wanted to see it. You can watch ESPN Classics and you can watch YouTube even. YouTube will show you a lot. ESPN Classics, we used to watch that. If we weren't there, we wanted to know. So, history of the game. Rest in peace, Tom Seaver. His memoriam last night from the Hall of Fame. The National Baseball Hall of Fame confirmed that Seaver passed away due to complications of Lewy body dementia and COVID-19 on Monday. We are heartbroken to share that our beloved husband and father has passed away, his family said. We send our love out to his fans as we mourn his loss with you. Rest in peace, Tom Terrific. That's probably Morgan in the back, right? Second base. Rest in peace, Tom. Okay, since we're on the sports topic, let's talk about the title fight last night. Game 7. No love lost between the Rockets and the Thunder. Chris Paul playing against a team that threw him in the trash, a team that he felt was disrespected him, a teammate, James Harden, who he felt didn't value him. The floor general, Chris Paul, was blamed for the Rockets' shortcomings. He was blamed for the Rockets' failures in the last few years he was there. Taking the Warriors to Game 7, getting hurt, not being able to play in big games. He was torn apart for it. He got traded to Houston. They acquired Harden's good friend, his Los Angeles friend, Russell Westbrook, and former teammate. And Paul went to Thunder. They tossed him over there. They banished him. He was exiled. But he came back with his band of merry men, and he pushed them to the limit. And after his his tremendous game 6 he had against Houston, where he had 30 points and a bunch of dimes and just showed his grit and moxie. This is what he had to say.
Time, fourth quarter, some people built for it. Some people shy away from it. You know, you saw Dame, all that stuff. Like some people built for it, man, and we're gonna keep hooping.
That sounded like a shot, didn't it? Didn't it sound like a subliminal? One more time.
And, you know, when it gets to clutch time, fourth quarter, some people built for it. Some people shy away from it. You know, you saw Dame, all that stuff. Like some people built for it, man, and we're gonna keep hooping.
Yeah, it sounded like a shot at Harden, you know, and Harden did struggle in Game 7 again. He struggled with his shooting. You know, a lot of people killed him, you know, the reactions last night. But before we get to that, Harden, let's talk about what happened. And this, to me, is the end of the game. 104-102. Houston is up, 1.1 to go. Shai, this is Oklahoma City. Shai Gilgeous Alexander right here inbounding. You got the Rooster, Danilo Gallinari. You got Schroeder up here, I believe, or is that Zort? One of them. What was that? That was Schroeder? I can't even tell. And there goes Paul. And look at Steven Adams. He's lined up here like Travis Kelce, waiting. What is he going to do, right? Look at the arrow. Go to the bucket. All Shai got to do is throw it up there. Nobody's going to stop it. Even if Tucker come there, he throw him the alley-oop, that's a dunk. And you're going to overtime. But what happened? What happened instead?
And they get it blown up.
I mean, the video had to be short because of copyright stuff. Look, what is Adams doing? Where's he going?
And they get it blown up.
Why didn't he go to the bucket? Go.
And they get it blown up.
And that's the end of the season. Oh, yeah. And here we go. We're talking about Harden in the big game. He's 4-15, 1-9 from 3. And I always talk good about Harden. People kill me for it a lot. Oh, Harden ain't all that. But, you know, he wasn't that good last night. He made the big block shot at the end. But I know he wasn't good. Because if they catch the dunk right there, they go to overtime win the game, no one's going to care about that block shot. And Harden and Westbrook are going to get killed. They're going to get killed all the way till the season starts next year. And we don't even know when that starts. So they got killed forever as far as we're concerned. They got killed till COVID left. So, you know, Westbrook was solid after the debacle of a game 6 he had. And they were able to win the game. On the other side, Dort with the career high, the undrafted rookie, 10 of 21, you know, 4 rebounds. He was tremendous at the three-point line. Chris Paul, the triple-double maestro, the general, the 6-foot assassin. He came out to hoop. Shai had a solid game, you know, numbers-wise, but I felt like, you know, he was shy, no pun intended, during the game. I've seen him more aggressive, you know, because I look at him in the mold of a young of Murray and Mitchell. Like, I feel like he can get to that level with those. Like, he's a super talent, super duper talent. Another player the Knicks passed on in the draft after they worked him out. But that's another story. Alex will get mad if I say stuff like that on Twitter, but I ain't gonna trip. Schroeder wasn't that good. But I was telling my boy Franzarelli, I was telling him that Gallinari got to play well for them to win, and he didn't. So, you know, I'll take that. Tough loss, but, you know, bigger win for the Rockets, though. They couldn't lose. The Thunder could leave with their heads held high because they weren't expected to do anything this year. It was an exile. It was a banishment. Okay. Let's move on. We're moving on to something more important in sports. Rent, bills. Okay. NPR reports. The CDC is ordering a sweeping nationwide halt on evictions through December for people who are struggling to pay rent due to the pandemic. The agency said the goal is to prevent the spread of COVID-19. So now there's a moratorium on rent until December 31st. No one said how the landlords are going to get paid after that. No one said if the people don't have the money what they're going to do. No one said anything. All they're saying is we ain't going to kick you out till December. But, you know, that just leaves people in limbo more. But just give them a little time, but it's still limbo. You know, after the elections, stuff like that. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So now, the thing with that, though, is, like I said, we don't know. It's just, you know, it's just what they're doing right now with the executive order that Trump has passed on that. And here goes Congresswoman Omar on that. This eviction freeze won't prevent a housing crisis. It is only delaying one as renters rack up late payments and face near certain eviction when the moratorium expires. The only humane solution is cancel rent and mortgage payments. See, I like the first thing she said is the truth. We don't know all right now and then what. But canceling rent and mortgage payments, yeah, it's a solution. But how about the landlords? How about the board, the banks getting their money? They want their money. They deserve their money. They deserve their money. When I want my money, I want my money. I don't want nobody to tell me I should have my money. So who am I gonna say the landlord don't deserve his bread? Why? Because he got money? Because he got some landlords don't have it. And even if you do, he still deserves his money. So how are they gonna get that to him? And canceling mortgage and rent payments means the government is gonna have to fund them. Is gonna have to give them that money. What's gonna happen? Man, 2020, man. 2020. The article's in the Daily News. Trump administration to freeze evictions amid fear of pandemic. And they're going to do it under the COVID umbrella. So basically they're saying is, we don't care if you get kicked out, but we don't want you to get kicked out during the pandemic because you're going to get sick. And then, you're going to die. You can be homeless, but we don't want you to die. I don't know. I don't get it. Or we don't want you to spread the disease. I don't know, man. The beat goes on. Like, all of these stories need updates. All of them. But let me tell you something about the stories we bring in here on Your Morning Cup. All the stories some of them are going to be interesting. Some of them are going to be stuff that no one's paying attention to that are interesting as hell. They fly under the radar. Some of them are going to be exclusive. Some of them you're going to have seen all over the place. But it's just something I have to speak on. I can't ignore. We're always going to show love and respect. And that's it. Congresswoman Omar's not the most loved congresswoman. She's another polarizing one. She's like AOC status. They can't, she's not loved like that by the right. But, like I said, she has one half of the solution. But what's the other half? Because the people have to get paid their money. They're owed that. They deserve their money. Here's Miss Jennifer Jacobs one more time. Trump admin trying to prevent an eviction crisis says they'll use CDC quarantine authority to prevent renters from being evicted. Renters who make no more than $99,000 a year or $198,000 as a couple qualify if they're likely to become homeless if kicked out, admin officials say. So that's that. We're going to see. We're going to continue that update on that. So, but this is nationwide now. So put the money up. Don't blow the rent. Don't spend the rent money, man. Whatever you come up with, put it up. There's probably going to be programs, assistance, but nothing is guaranteed. But there's money out there. If they can get 42 million to public safety in Kenosha, because the thing about that I didn't understand in the other video, you give $1 million to the cops. Aren't the cops the public safety people? So who do you give the 42 million to? Public safety. They got money to throw around, and then these guys get a hold of the money, and then they just shave the money. They rape the money. They pilfer the money. They take the money. The 42 becomes 29. And the other 13's in like 8 other guys' pockets. Shit is ill, man. So, anyway, we're going to move on to this police shooting in Rochester. Oh, not a police shooting, sorry. A police homicide. Sorry, a police homicide. That shooting just rolls off the tip of the tongue. I'm police shooting. No, that's not the case here. Let's go. Protests begin in Rochester after video of police suffocating Daniel Prude is released. Police body cam footage released on Wednesday showing Rochester officers handcuffing Daniel Prude, placing a hood over his head and pressing his face into the pavement until he is silent. In the video, medics performed CPR on Prude before he was loaded into an ambulance. Prude died 7 days later on March 30th with an autopsy report from the Monroe County Medical Examiner's officer saying his cause of death included complications from asphyxia and the setting physical restraint. His brother, Joe Prude, said he initially called police for help because Daniel was having a mental health incident. And, one more time. I watched the video. Daniel Prude is naked in the street in the snow, clearly having a mental health breakdown. He immediately complies with officers, laying face down on the asphalt, handcuffed, as officers put a spit sack over his head and press his face into the ground. And Mr. Campbell, there's body cam footage in this story showing Rochester police putting their body weight on an unarmed, naked, handcuffed black man, Daniel Prude, blah, blah, blah. Listen. The mental health situation, man, I was very ignorant to it. This is Joe Prude, the brother of Daniel Prude. He says he called 911 for help with his brother, for his brother or whatever. I called for my brother to get help, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, he says he called 911 for help with his brother. My bad. I'm retarded. You idiot. Okay. Before we get to what Mr. Joe says, he doesn't look happy in that picture. That picture has this sadness to it, man. Assuming that's his family in the back. And that gotta be his family. All of them. Probably the lawyer. All the lawyers is here. Anyway. Mental health. Okay, I was very ignorant because, to it. Because I've seen people die during mental health crises while they're being restrained. We've seen people fall and hit their heads in New York City. People die during mental health calls and mental health crises when help arrives. And I used to be like, yo, why you call the cop? Why you call 911? Don't call the cops though for anybody on your family, no matter what. But he didn't call the cops. He called 911. And the cops come with 911 when there's a mental call. And I realized that now because I had a friend that I know for a while who's starting to have these mental health crises this year. And they was diagnosed. And you start to realize how not in control they are in. This Daniel was found in the street naked. He probably had this uncontrollable heat. They be hot for no reason. They be cold. And they just are all over the place. Sometimes they can be very defiant or resistant. Most of the time, they're not dangerous. Especially, But you do need cops on the scene, but they need professional people there. These sick individuals, they know how a professional person sounds. The way cops are coming, all that, it's not going to help the person. They're going to get agitated. They can't control themselves. Maybe he was spitting, but he's not. It's not like it's me spitting or a regular guy with all his marble spitting. If I'm spitting on the cops, you put the spit, I'm wilding up. This guy does not have control of his faculty. So he spits on the cop gets pissed at him and starts, giving a little more, his tactics become more intense, more aggressive. He's angry now at the perp or the patient in this case. And the cop gets out of his professionalism and starts wilding out. You spit on me. They do. Gets aggressive. So he's just seeing this guy who spit on him. This guy's naked. He's unarmed. He's naked outside in the cold and the snow in March in Rochester, New York. That's like an hour from Buffalo, New York. You know how cold it is up there? And he was out there, man. This guy, I'm EMS, yo. Y'all know what it is. Man, we've dealt with these calls. And like I said before, I personally, because we just dealt with them, and I knew how to talk to them, and we drop them off, and I just leave. Woo, they're crazy. But then I had, it was in my personal life where I was dealing with it. So I respect it more. So I'm not going to condemn Joe for calling 911. But they're supposed to come help. They're supposed to be the professionals there, and the cops are supposed to be in the background just in case the patient gets aggressive or dangerous. Daniel was not going to hurt anyone. A knee to the back and neck is going to kill him. And if he's sedated, whether he was doing drugs or just on his regular medication, that medication, that sedatives that they use, that quinapine, and Seroquel and all that stuff slow their heartbeat down. All of that. So if you got them already, you're going to kill them. So here's Joe.
Damn neck.
Here's Joe.
Damn neck. How you sitting here with your knee in my brother damn back when he's defenseless? He's got on no damn clothes. I mean, come on, let's keep it real. If you want to know the truth, the video footage gonna show the truth. And these people that steady trying to cover this up, come on, man, let's stop this. Because if you don't stop it now, it's gonna be some more. And it's not gonna stop. I mean, what makes me lesser than the next man of this American society? It doesn't make me lesser than you. Because my skin is darker than yours, my melanin is better than yours. I don't care what it is. We all human. I'm not no animal. And that's what the fuck they treat my brother, like a damn animal. You know.
I had to hit that real quick. Tough, man, tough. Tough for Joe to have to go through that. Damn, that shit was kind of real. All right. It's real tough situation. So now there's unrest in Rochester. I'm gonna say unrest. When I say unrest, I mean protesting. Because when we talk about protesters, people just turn, that's just an umbrella term for everything. So if there's looting, the protesters. There's fires, the protesters. There's shootings, the protesters. So, with the unrest. And here is the police backing down protesters who seem peaceful. They seem like peaceful pro. This is Rochester. They're shooting them bean bullets, bean bags at the people of Rochester. There's a lot of different people of color out there who want justice, and it has to be recognized and respected. You know, it's not. It's bigger than. It's becoming bigger than anything. There's like a battle lines have been drawn, and it's not a color. It's people from all shades on both sides. Both sides. So here's more protesting. Who do you protect? Who do you serve? The cops got their helmet on. They feel like they're on enemy ground. So it doesn't, like, them being there with the protesters is a recipe for disaster. It's a tough spot, man. Don't engage. Unbelievable, man. Here is the chief. He said that that this is the reason why we didn't know about the March, what is it, March 30th? The March 30th incident till now. Oop, that's the next one. I know it's a little loud. It's a little low. Yeah, I heard the other videos is loud. This guy, he talk like a little itch. He talk like a oh. Yeah, he just talking about article numbers and all that. They said, why didn't we know? He talking about article number 147. I didn't know that. Whatever, man. You know what I mean? Yo, man. So, on a brighter note, we're going to go close it out with this tremendous hero job of New York City Fire Department. You guys probably seen this, but, you know, I would be remiss once again not to have this, you know, we talk, you know, we don't have enough good stories, so here's one. And amazing job, man.
Oh my God, get your phone, No, look at the lady. Oh my God.
New York City's bravest.
Get my phone, get my other phone, Kai. Get my other phone, Kai. Kai, because I can't see everything. Oh my God.
Amateur video, of course.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
She's on the ledge up there. But look at your man right here, though.
Shit.
He coming through like superhero-ish right here. The superhero stuff.
Shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Kai, get the phone. I can't. Kai, come on, Kai, open the phone. Kai, open 1944. Yolanda, you home? Yolanda.
I don't know the password. Open the phone. I don't know the password. Tremendous job out of New York City firefighters. You know, he ended up saving this lady. You know, I like watching that at the end of this tape. Talking about people dying, you know, in the street. It's not easy. You know. So that's about it for your morning cup this morning. Man. You guys have been grand. You guys have been great. Appreciate you guys. And like, share, subscribe. I'm going to see you tomorrow morning. I got a couple games on the docket. You know, I can still mix the games in the morning cup. I'm going to start doing more of that. You know, the audience, we're going to mix it up like the news. You know, give a little bit of everything to the audience. Y'all seen the stocks, Tesla and all that shit drop? Yeah, I'm chilling, yo. I ain't gonna say nothing. But I see everybody on it, everybody paying attention. All right? Be careful, though, out there with that stuff. Yo! It's your boy W. Dubois, your morning cup. See you guys later.